Considering my dad, okay, but then my dad is a pastor.
Watoto wa pastor
So you can imagine the pressure on watoto wa pastors.
Yeah.
From the community to the church, everywhere. Please, msikwe mnaekea watoto wa pastors pressure.
They're also
just kids like any other.
Yeah.
So
Hi guys, and welcome to Beyond the Pulpit Podcast. This is episode 5. Thank you so much for being here. You know how we do it every single Thursday at 5 p.m. We release a fresh episode, and I hope you've been enjoying the ones that have been there to go episode 5. So kama this is your first episode, or you can subscribe and you will get all the other videos that we've recorded. That's the beauty of having YouTube. So welcome back to our podcast. Welcome back to this show. It is always nice knowing that you guys are looking forward to more episodes. Karibuni sana. Thank you for your support so far. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the views. Oh my God, the views on YouTube are so nice, and I really wish that our subscribers would translate hapo. Juu subscribers tuko na kidogo but tunasonga. So please, if you've not subscribed and you're watching us and you've not subscribed, please do us some love. Show us some love and subscribe and share this to so many people. Share, because the content is amazing. I know you know, because you've watched our other episodes. So it's content that you are learning from, that I'm also learning from. So you can share. Thank you so much for even following us on our social media pages, on Instagram at Beyond the Pulpit _Kenya, on TikTok at BTP Kenya, for listening to us on Spotify. I know we are also on Songa Play. We are also on Google Podcasts. So thank you so much. We tunapenda feedback yenu. Najua kuna wetu wanataka kuwa guests. Don't worry, we are going to get to you. We have a list, but we are going to get to you. So today's episode, I think you can notice that, or you'll notice later, that I'm filming alone. My co-host is not here, but mtamwona. He's atakuja, but today I'm flying solo. And it looks like it's about to be a ladies' show. On the set with me is a lady, is a woman that I am very excited to get to know. I've been seeing her, so it's going to be an interesting episode. Her name is Lilian, and I know she's going to introduce herself. So karibuni sana. Sit back, relax, and get some popcorns maybe. Or if you're driving, I don't know, ama kama uko kwa matatu, najua nasikiza, najua itakubamba, so please, karibu sana Lilian.
It is so
a pleasure to have you here on our set. How are you feeling? Are you excited?
Yes, I am excited. And let me start by saying thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. It's such an honor. And I also love the fact that it's a ladies show today.
Let's fly like this. I think
it's a real pleasure to be here on Beyond the Pulpit. And I hope you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, you are. I bet we are. I mean, it's a ladies thing.
Of course.
We can't get bored of each other.
Of course.
We're going to talk and talk and talk and talk. So wait. Let's get to know you first.
Thank you.
Who is Lydia? And I'll do it. Let's do it with a twist. Without you having to introduce yourself with being a mom and what you do as a career, who is Lydia without all those titles? Lilian, sorry. Who is Lilian without every other title that surrounds her?
Without those other many titles,
yes.
Lilian is a woman. And I would just say that Lilian is an aggressive woman who is always looking forward to being better than she was yesterday. Yes.
Okay, so introverted, extroverted?
I am very much extroverted.
Very much?
Yes.
I could tell, because by the time she was getting on set, by the time I was seeing her, she was already so bubbly.
Yes, that is what I am.
Very
that is
bubbly.
the kind of person I am. I'm a very easy person. And I know how to mingle with people because I'm an extrovert.
So you wouldn't, wewe si watu wa kujificha
No.
when you're in a crowd full of new faces.
No.
You'll make some friends.
The kind of job I do wouldn't even allow me to kuwa mtu wa kujificha. Yes, you have to be loud to be heard.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so now that's Lilian without the many titles. So
exactly.
Who is Lilian? A wife, a mom?
So,
the degrees that you hold, doctor, you know.
I don't hold any. But here we are. So if I was to introduce myself now properly, Odingo.
Odingo.
Yes, but I love calling myself Makodingo.
Odingo.
Yes, I am a Jaluo, so Makodingo.
Is there a meaning behind that?
Just a daughter of Odingo.
Oh.
Yes. Not really just the daughter, but Makodingo is a person of. Could be a daughter, a son. Yes.
And Nyar?
Nyar is, of course, msichana wa.
Oh,
yeah, but when you use Makodingo, it could either be the son of or the daughter of. So I call myself Makodingo. So first of all, Lilian is a born-again woman. Yes, and I'm in the race. You know, salvation is a race.
Yeah,
So I'm in the race.
It is.
And Lilian is a mom. I'm a wife. Before you become a mom, you are a wife first.
Yes.
So I'm a wife to one Jackson, Daudi Kimodho. You'd be wondering, Kimodho, Makodingo, yes, that is it. Intermarriage. Yes, so Lilian is a wife, and Lilian is a mom. And I'm a mom to teens.
Teenagers?
Yes, I'm a mom to 2 teenagers and a preteen.
So you're a mom of 3?
Yes, I'm a mom of 3.
3 kids?
Yes.
One can't even tell. I couldn't tell.
Why?
Your body, you look so good.
Because I work out.
Really?
Yes.
3 kids?
Yes, I am.
Wow. You don't even, okay. That's interesting.
Yes, it is. Many times I mention that, people ask me,
they
don't even imagine. They think my last born is my firstborn. Actually, my firstborn just joined campus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly could be watching. I asked him
he
to
has
watch.
to watch this. What do you mean?
Yes, so I have 3 kids. I have Kelly, who just joined campus. And the sister is called Koki. She'll be sitting for exams from next month. And I have a little girl called Amor, who is also a KPSEA candidate, class 6. Yes. And
wait, your last born is in class 6?
Yes, my last born is 11 years.
When I tell you, when I grow up, I aspire to look this beautiful and have grown-ups as children. Oh, really? God. And your body looking so fit.
Thank you.
May the Lord
Maybe
hear my prayers.
You don't want to imagine how young I am. I won't say how old I am.
Yeah, but
yes,
you are young. You can.
Thank you.
You can definitely. You don't look an age over 35.
I am beyond that.
Yes, but you don't look anything beyond 35.
Thank you. It is. I would say it's the grace of God.
True.
You just have to keep yourself well. Yes.
Okay. So you're a wife. You're a mom. For how long have you been married?
I have been married for 18 years.
Wow.
Yes, I've been married for 18 years. And we are looking forward to growing all together.
Yeah. Yes. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. And I think we're going to... And for work, what do you do for work?
Professionally, I work as a sales consultant. I work for a company called Associated Motors Limited. Associated Motors Limited is a dealership of ISUZU. I don't know if you can see on set, I brought something from ISUZU.
That is to mention that our guests are bringing us gifts. Let me show you.
I did bring something for our presenters.
I hope our other guests are seeing.
They should bring you something.
Please bring us gifts.
So Thank you so much. I brought you gifts. So I work for Associated Motors, which is a dealership of ISUZU East Africa. I work as a sales consultant. I'm in the marketing department. So we sell all ISUZU vehicles. I also sell parts and we sell service. You don't just sell a vehicle and leave a client hanging. So when you sell a vehicle, you sell service as well. So I'm in sales and I've been doing sales. For ISUZU, I've been doing sales for now 10 years. But I previously worked as well as a salesperson in a different industry altogether. Still motor industry. How I ended up in the motor industry is a story. Because we'll
definitely get into it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what I do is sales. 10 years in ISUZU. I've done another 5 years. Before I came to ISUZU, I did 5 years with a garage, a 3-spanner garage. Yes.
What does that mean? What's a 3-spanner?
Oh, yes, I knew you're going to ask that.
Yeah, please.
So the same way we rate hotels is 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. So garages are also rated. 2-spanner, 3-spanner, 1-spanner. So the 3-spanner is the highest in the rating for garages.
So I worked for a good garage. Quality garage.
Yes, a quality garage. And actually, that was my first employer after graduating, yes. So I thank God after graduating, I got a job immediately with that garage. And I
God's
worked there for
grace.
5 years.
God's grace. And
God's
then now you
grace.
transitioned into
Actually, it
Facebook.
was God's pure grace because it was a connection by our HOD. And
Wow.
yes, so we went for the interview, 3 of us, and I was picked.
Eh,
Yes, God
Hey.
really knew I needed that job.
I hope
So I got the job.
HODs are seeing what other HODs are doing. Bwana tusi struggle.
I'm to struggle. Yeah. So after 5 years, I got to join ISUZU. That is in 2012. Yes, I've been working for quite a long time. So 2012 is when I joined ISUZU, and I've been there. I'm so happy to be working with them. I don't even look at going elsewhere.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm working for a good company.
That's good.
Yes.
That's great. So from what I've heard, I can hear you've talked of working, you're talking of marriage, and you're talking about kids.
Yes.
In the modern world, we are told you cannot have it all. You cannot be a wife, you cannot be employed, you cannot be a mom, or you cannot juggle. So many times we're told, hey,
I think
listen,
you
I know you
can.
have dreams, but are you sure you can handle
You can
being a
handle
boss lady?
all of them, but I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not easy, especially when you're raising kids and at that stage when they're still very young. I thank God for now I'm very easy.
Yeah.
But when I was just beginning my career with very little babies, it was quite a challenge. Maybe if a little bit of my story,
True. Yeah. let's
because
get
I'm
into it.
gonna do all of them.
Yeah.
My life and then career-wise.
Yes.
So I got my babies when I was young. That is why maybe I look young with teenagers. Yes, I got my. If I tell you when I got my baby, then you'll guess my age.
What would I calculate? These people are smart. These
I
people
know.
are maybe don't disclose that
They're very smart.
Yeah.
No, but I will talk because maybe what I speak will help
Motivate.
one person, motivate,
Yeah.
or just correct somebody.
And that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, so like you're saying, it's not easy to have it all. Yeah, you can, but it is quite a challenge. That is why I was saying when you're just having very young babies and you also want to advance in your career, it becomes a little bit very difficult. Kuna kujinyima sana.
I can
There are so many
imagine.
things that I did not do when I was young, because I was trying to do both. I was trying to raise the children and I was trying to also get to work. You know, I'm just newly employed. So this is to me, By the time I was graduating, when I went for that graduation, I was already having 2 little babies.
You had Kelly and
Vanessa.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So this is what happened. I don't know this bit, if Kelly will love it.
I mean, Kelly, we don't mean harm. We're here to get to know
But anyway,
you. You probably know
Kelly
this,
is such an easy gentleman.
Yeah, he's such a cool man.
I got Kelly when I was in college. Yes, I was in my second year.
Okay.
Yes, it was not very easy. It wasn't very easy for me as a very young college girl.
I can imagine.
And with all the expectations, your parents expecting a lot from you.
How did that?
It
how
was
did
a
the news
shock
hit
on
them?
me. It was a shock. I didn't even know how to tell my mom because my mom is extremely, extremely,
The spiritual way or very strict?
Always. Yes, spiritual, everything.
Really?
And considering my dad, okay, by the way, my dad is a pastor.
Wow, watoto wa pastor
So you can imagine the pressure on watoto wa
I can,
pastors.
yeah.
From the community to the church, everywhere. Please, msikwe mnaekea watoto wa pastors pressure.
They're also
just kids like any other.
Yeah.
So we grew up very well. And then actually I was born again when I was in high school. And then you join college and things just happen. You're trying to just
get to know yourself.
You're trying to get to know yourself.
There's a lot of understanding that you
actually sometimes when I imagine that sometimes I don't want to imagine that maybe my son could be having a girlfriend
right now. How?
Yeah, but you go back and tell yourself, if I had one in my first year, he could be having, but anyway, I wouldn't want him to really concentrate there now. Out of our experiences, sometimes we share and you share your experiences with your children and you do not want them to go that direction.
Sure.
So I was saying a lot of pressure for pastors' children. And that was my case as well. So you can imagine when I slid. When I slipped, it was too much for me. I didn't even know how to handle myself in the first place. I didn't even know how to break the news to my parents. It was quite bad. So eventually it happened. So I tried to hide myself in college for the longest time.
You did?
I think for the 8 months.
You were able
Yes,
to
I
hide
didn't.
the
I
belly.
stayed in college. I wanted to just stay in college. I didn't want to come home or anything. I was staying in the hostels. So, okay, eventually they get to know. Yeah, because
you can't hide pregnancy.
Yeah. So I first broke the news to my dad because he's a bit accommodative.
Really?
Yes.
More than your mom?
Yes.
What?
So yes, eventually it happened. So when that happened, we decided to just start things together with my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is what I'm saying. I got married young. So because when that happened, we decided, why not? I was young. I would say we were both young, but he was a few years older than myself, and he had cleared college, so he could start his life. So we started life.
You started life immediately.
Yeah, we started life
Thank
immediately.
God. You know, thank God.
Thank
Wengine
God.
wangekuwa
He's a
kwingine
good
wangekuwa
man.
wamesha
He's a good man, yes. And so we started staying together before I cleared college. And in the process of starting to stay together, before you know it, you're just young, ujajipanga, ujajua mambo mengi ya life.
Firstborn.
Yes, before you know it, Vanessa came.
Second born.
Yes. Oh, I don't want to imagine my graduation. Vile ilikuwa na watu wengi.
You had two
My
kids.
parents, my children,
They were here
my in-laws.
They came to witness.
Everyone.
They were like, this woman has actually done it. She has actually graduated with kids.
Yes, with kids, 2 of them actually.
Two
And I was
kids.
young. I was very petite. I was very small when I was in college. I think I got to grow a little bit after I was done with having children.
Did you feel when you found out you're pregnant with Kelly? Did you feel like now my dreams are shattered?
Yes, I did.
Now I am done. Now my life
did.
I'm going to become a mother till the end.
Yes, there is also that pressure you feel from school. You know, everyone is just young and people are trying out everything. And then there you are, you're pregnant.
Being a mom.
Imagine, what do you do?
You umejirusha.
You really need company of very good friends to just encourage you and tell you, Lilian, it's not over.
It's not over.
Yeah, so that was my case. So I had a few friends who were very good.
Wow.
I had a few friends who were very, very good. Remember, I was staying in the hostel. So hata walikuwa wananihurumia because nilikuwa tu mdogo.
Oh, yeah.
Wananihurumia, they could even wash my clothes, go pick food for me.
That is beautiful. That's so nice to have a support system around you.
I had a good support of a few friends in college who really helped me to walk the journey because it wasn't easy. Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
So that is how I ended up having 2 babies.
2 babies before
by the time I am
graduating.
graduating. So by the mercies of God, so I have graduated.
What did you study in high school?
Oh, now this
I
is
mean,
another
not high
thing.
school, in college.
In college. I did mass communication. Yes.
Hi, me too.
I am in sales, but I did all these things you're seeing them doing.
Wow.
Yes. I went out with the camera, I went out with the camera, vile mnatumwa field mwende bring Yeah, so I went out with the camera. All those were like kama units. Photography, editing, yes.
I am definitely there, so I understand, but I'm in my final semester.
Yes.
Thank God.
So anyway, growing up I wanted to either do law or mass comm.
Nice.
Yes. So when my cut point could not meet law, we tried parallel, but my dad couldn't afford.
Yeah.
So
para was expensive.
Yeah, it was expensive.
It actually is
back
very
then.
expensive.
So we opted for my second choice, which is mass communication. Oh, and I went to a good school. I went to Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
You went to Kenya Mass.
KMC, Kenya Mass.
Hey,
yes.
Jina kubwa.
Ile jina imetoa wale watu wakubwa wote.
Jina kubwa. That school, by the way. My mom actually wanted me to go there. It was either Kenya Mass or Multimedia University.
Or Multimedia.
Yeah, but I didn't.
During our days, Kenya Mass was the real deal.
It was the in thing.
Yeah, it was the only college with the biggest studio. Watu wa Multimedia walikuwa nakuja studio za KMC. Yes.
Kwa hivyo,
so I went to a good school as my second option after failing to do law.
But you didn't feel demotivated?
No, I didn't. Okay, to some extent I did because law was my first choice. And especially at the point where my dad told me, this I can't afford. You feel heartbroken.
Yeah, I can
you
imagine.
really feel heartbroken. But I went to my second option. It's something that we had started pursuing even in high school. Sisi ndo tulikuwa ile club ya watu wa media.
Journalism. Writing articles, reading them in front of the school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I took it in, and then now I okay, at KMC people major in different things. Kuna wale watafanya broadcast journalism, kuna wale watafanya studio operations, kuna wale watafanya BJ, journalism, all those. So I went into advertising and marketing, media, advertising and marketing.
Nice.
So it didn't end me up at the wrong place, because after that, there was an opportunity. And also considering my financial background, it was a challenge. So that is why I got that opportunity from our HOD, because he knew my challenge, my financial challenges. So when there was that chance, I was given the opportunity. 3 of us, we went for the interview, and I was picked up. Yes, so I was first employed by Unity Auto Garage.
Unity?
Yes.
Wow.
It's the garage I call the three-spanner garage. It was a good garage.
It still
the pay was very, yes, it does. The pay was very small, but I thank God I had a place to start. And that was immediately after graduation. So I never hustled.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
In the current world where they say 60% of students end up being unemployed. There's a very high unemployment rate. Now, constantly, every single year, many people are being released into the workspace.
Exactly.
And kids are crying of unemployment every single day. So to get a job immediately after.
I thank God. Okay, so I got that job and I passionately did it. It wasn't well paying.
And that's how you ended up in the...
That is how I ended up. That is how I started. Space? I did not think at any given time. I was always looking forward to working in the studio.
Oh, you wanted to major? Wait, before you majored into
media,
the media advertising.
Even the media marketing and advertising is still media.
Yeah.
The marketing people, the marketing team in the media industry. So I wanted to, and really by that I wanted to just do what we are doing right now.
Really?
Do what you're doing.
To become a journalist?
Yes, I just wanted to be a journalist or a broadcast journalist. Stand in the camera and just
it looks fancy.
It looks so fancy. That is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I first got a job in the motor industry, and I think maybe that is where God wanted me to be.
True.
Because now that is where I have been to date. And another thing, now when I got that job at the garage, I also got another opportunity.
Wow.
Yes, at some local stations, a local station. It's called Namlolwe.
Namlolwe.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a radio.
We're going to research. I'm going to research on that.
Radio in Kisumu.
I'm going to research.
So I got that opportunity, but then I couldn't go. Remember, I have 2 small babies.
You have 2 kids. You have a job.
And I have not really. The job wasn't really the reason as to why I didn't take it up. First, this job opportunity came in Kisumu.
So you had to travel.
I'm living in Nairobi. You just newly married and you have 2 young babies. So what do?
Compromise.
Which one? Your marriage or
definitely maybe not the marriage and the kids. You can't compromise.
So I wouldn't make a choice of what to do. I did not want to go to Kisumu with little babies and maybe because I was always looking at if I go to Kisumu, I'm going to start my life with 2 little babies on my own. I did not want to raise the children alone. I wanted us to raise the children as a family, as a unit. And of course, my husband also couldn't look for a transfer in Kisumu. So of course, I also consulted here and then. I was told, you're still very young. Ukienda Kisumu utapotea. Hii marriage itawork.
Wow, who told you that? Was that good or bad advice?
It was. I think it was. Okay, considering you're just very young, even if you have 2 kids, by the way, separation, living apart, even in the dating arena, long distance is never the best.
Yeah. It can cause some
and I think your long distance inazapatia the devil
a lot. That's a lot of room.
Ya kukutempt.
That is a lot of room
exactly.
For the devil.
So I was told not to take that option because tulikuwa too young sana. Yeah, ningeenda huko maybe ningeenda nijisahau. Nijisahau kama niko married. Yeah, so I opted to leave it because thank God I already had another job. Yeah. So that is how I got into motor industry.
Okay.
So I worked with that company for 5 years.
The Unity.
Then,
what did your job entail?
Just marketing. Okay, this is what happens in the garages. Garages repair motor vehicles.
Yes, sasa unajua mimi najua tu garage ni kupeleka gari.
Garages repair motor vehicles and garages also do service. Majorly it's motor vehicle accident repairs.
Motor vehicle accident.
Motor vehicle accident. Okay, sema tu repair magari.
Okay.
Yes. So watu wakigongewa magari, where do they go? They go to garages.
Yeah.
So as a salesperson in a garage, what do? How do you get, because everyone is looking at getting business. Garage si moja.
Yeah.
Garage ni,
I can imagine.
Garages are many.
Yeah.
So you are employed as a salesperson or a marketing person for that reason. In that company, you're supposed to bring business
to ensure
to the company,
clients,
to ensure that there is always a flow of clients.
Yeah.
So where do you get these clients in the garage? It was my first job, so of course there was learning. There was that bit of learning. Where do I get them? I am so clean. I'm so green. I don't know anything. So eventually I got to know insurance brokers, insurance agents. The company itself, you go to these insurance companies and you market yourself. So they get to know. They get to know that this garage exists. You do this, you do this, you do that. And then you keep in touch. As a salesperson, follow-up is very, very important. So you are always on toes with the brokers, the agents, everything. So to bring the business to the garage. So that's what I did. For 5 years, and the pay was small, but I thank God there are always many ways.
It was a footing. Yeah.
It was a good footing for me, and actually it was a very, very good footing. Reason I say that, eventually when I came to ISUZU, do you know my first 2 clients came from the garage?
Wow.
Yes, and eventually even my boss at Unity Auto Garage was my client.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
He bought
so
a towing
awesome.
truck. He bought a towing truck from me.
That is so awesome.
And what does it tell? It tells that when I left Unity, we left in good terms. Yes. So
no bad blood.
Never burn bridges. Yeah, never burn bridges. Ukiwa unafanya job mali flani and it's time to move to another level. Toka pale ukiwa msafi. Toka pale ukiwa na CV safi.
You might
like
just
when they call back to where you are working, CV yako itakuwa clean. So that is what happened. So eventually there was an advert and I applied for a job now at the ISUZU, one of the dealers of ISUZU, and I got a job.
Did you feel not qualified?
I felt very qualified for the job.
That is nice.
It was a sales job.
It was a sales
and
job.
Already I had experience for 5 years. As much as it wasn't the same. You know, now you're from repairs and accidents. And now you're coming into new unit selling of new vehicles. Actually, I remember I was asked that in the when I was being interviewed. You have not sold vehicles before. How will you sell? Yes.
And what did
that
you tell
question
them?
Came up.
What did you tell them? What did you tell them?
The same way I learned that job. It's the same way I brought business there. Is the same way I'm ready to learn. You know, I was ready to learn. I told them I'm very, very ready to learn. You have a willing heart. Yes, I am very ready to learn, and I'm so willing to work with ISUZU. I already knew ISUZU was a big company. Yes, so I was always looking forward. Yes.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that now wewe uko knowledgeable na magari vizuri sana?
Because yes, I am not an engineer, but I am.
You have to know these things, because in as much as you're doing sales and advertising for your company,
you have to know
kuna vitu lazima
ujue. You have to know the product that you're selling.
Because you've also mentioned you sell parts.
Yes.
So you have to know these things.
Yes, you have to know them.
Madam mnaweza jua magari.
Mnaweza jua mambo mengi by the way. Tusiseme magari ni machali and stuff like that. Ukitaka kujua utajua. Actually when I was working in the garage nilikuwa najua mambo ya magari. Hizi magari ndogo. Sana hakuna gari sikuwa najua jina. I think siku hizi nimesahau because my concentration now is ISUZU and ISUZU only.
Yeah. Okay. So now transitioning into ISUZU. When was this?
That was in 2012.
You said 2012.
That was in 2012. So that is when I transitioned and I got to ISUZU.
What was the first position you got into?
Sales executive. Then tulikuwa tunaitwa sales executives. Siku hizi sisi ni sales consultants.
Yes. Jina hadi imegraduate. Jina inatisha.
Jina lazima ilini because now you don't just sell. You know, you don't just sell at kikombe peke yake. I can tell you more about the kikombe. I can tell you how to maintain the kikombe. So, you know, we become consultants. Yes.
So now you became a sales
executive. Now I joined sales executive, and I was because I was green. I got into now training. They first trained us.
For how long?
Yeah, for about 2 months before kwenda field. Where's the tuma field kama uju product?
Yes. Yeah, you have to know their product.
You have to know the product that you're selling. You know, ISUZU ana magari mob. Yes, from pickups. So at ISUZU tuko na many vehicles. Tuko na pickups. pickups, tuko na single cabs, the ISUZU D-Max. Tuko na double cabs. Then we have buses. And buses tuko na different categories. From very small bus, the 26-seater, all the way to 67-seaters. Na ziko na majina.
67?
Yes, kuna the big buses that you see is in my big high schools. Hizo zinakuanga 67.
Kama hizi za kuna basi fulani naonanga ikienda Meru nimesahau inaitwa.
Pia hizi mabasi za long distance za kina Enaco, cha kina Guardian, those are big. Yeah, they are 67 seaters, but kuna kuanga na some modification like kuna a luxury bus, a 2x2 bus, haitakuwa na 67 seats, rather 46 because maybe you know when a bus has those recliner seats, then it takes more space.
Yeah, true.
So ideally it's supposed to be a 67 seater, but because of the comfort that probably the owner wants in the bus, it reduces the number of seats. So now when I go to ISUZU, I had to learn all these things. Yes, I was first employed by a dealer called KCI, Kenya Coach Industries. That is where I learned now the real product. Yeah, that was hapo sasa nilikuwa shule. Na magari ni mob, kuna unasikia D-Max, hata hujui D-Max ni nini. Then kuna
you
trucks.
are so green.
I was so green. Then kuna trucks. Trucks nazo kuna sijui NKR, NPR, NQR. Unashindwa hizi ni tamgani.
Na saizi unazijua.
Kuna tusijui. So I had to first learn all these things and then you have to learn the pricing and then you also have to know the specs. Yes. What is the difference between these?
Ndio uweze kuconvince mse.
Yeah, otherwise utambia client nini. Yeah, so there was that part of learning and then now you go to the field. So remember I told you that Unity gave me a good footing.
Yeah.
And I had really built a rapport. You know, tunambiwanga your network is your network.
Yeah.
So the network that I had made at when I was at the garage, actually my very first two, before I was even confirmed. You know, confirmation comes after 3 months.
Yeah, ile approbation.
Huyu tunaweza chukua ama huyu tunaweza rusha. So before that, I had sold 2 vehicles.
Najua walikuwa wanashindwa
Yes,
who is this girl?
I had sold 2 vehicles. The first was a bus.
What?
Yes, I first sold a bus, a 33-seater bus. Hata sijaisahau jina hiyo client.
Your first sale?
St. Jeremy Academy, Gilgil.
What do you mean?
I sold that bus in 2012.
What do you mean?
Yes.
I thought, did your boss call you? Because this one is just a girl in probation. And you
already sold.
And she has already sold that as a bus?
I felt nice and it gave me the motisha ile ya kufanya job. Yeah, niliona kumbe naweza fanya hii kazi.
Kumbe si ngumu.
Yes, kumbe naweza fanya hii kazi. Yes. So that was a referral. So how I got that business, someone I'd been working with at the garage, someone who was already giving me business at the garage. So when I shifted, the first thing I did, I told everyone that I've moved.
All your clients.
Yes, I think embrace your job. Ile kazi unafanya, shikilia na embrace, feel nice about it, tell people what you do. So I told everyone that I've moved. Saizi nauza ISUZU. Nilikuwa nasikia vizuri. Nafanya job na ISUZU. So I told kila mtu kwa contact yangu nikamwambia nimemove nauza ISUZU. So this guy called me. Akaniambia, niko na client anataka gari. Yes. The person I told. Kwa hiyo list. So one of them called me immediately. Niko na person. It was a bishop. Yes, some church just here on Thika Road. Anataka basi. Twende tu nikupeleke meeting.
Wow.
Yes.
And that is how you landed.
So that is how I was
client.
taken for that, and that is how I landed my first client. And my second client was my client at the garage. Mwenye alikuwa analitaka gari yake service, but it was alikuwa chairman wa wakulima pale kwa soko wakulima market. They were selling watermelons. So he was my second client. So he also knows that I've moved. Akaniambia Lilian, uliniambia ulitoka. Sasa nauza ISUZU. Nataka lori. Hizo siku tuko tunauza NPR. Wow. Now NPR is out of market. So we are now selling a replacement that is called NQR. Akaniambia nataka NPR. Nikauza.
You've not even gotten a permanent job. Yeah.
And then eventually I was confirmed.
Talk of being a go-getter.
Yes, you have to really be aggressive in this market. Because you're not the only one. You said graduates wanakuja soko every
kila
mwezi, kila quarter, si ndio? So lazima ukwe smart at what you're doing, ukwe too aggressive. Yes.
So I think, okay, there's that fact that you sold 2 vehicles and you're in your probation period. So what else stood out? Ndio wase wa kuangalia waseme enyewe, this one hatuachili. What else do you think your bosses saw and were like, yeah?
I think I was just aggressive to learn. I always just wanted to learn. And also when you have good colleagues, because when I got to that company, I got a very good... I was someone mature in the industry, and he was always very ready to train me. Apart from ile training your company, you also need someone who has been in the industry to
sort of mentor.
Yeah, to just mentor you. So the person I was sitting, we were sitting on the kwa showroom. Kwa showroom ya magari. Yeah, so hapo ndio watu wa sales wanakaa, because that is where clients come. So the person who was sitting next to me, the person who was sitting next to me was very good. He was a sitamwita mzee. Alikuwa tu someone mwenye ako mature, more mature than us, and he was always very very willing to train. So every other time nilikuwa namuuliza maswali, how do I go about it, tapata clients wapi, and he's the person who took me through. Yeah.
And I can imagine that this is the motor vehicle industry. Like we said, it's a male, a lot of people
male dominated.
Yes, more
but
people
now
think that it's
male
dominated.
People think it's really really male dominated, but a sales job, like as the people in sales, I would say the people who are doing very well right now are ladies. Yes, ladies. Yes, ladies ndo.
And why do you think that's happening?
Watu wamekuja wameona hizi kazi si za male peke yake. Yes, lazima tujue hizi job. And then a product is something that you get to learn every day. Si lazima ujue na day one. Yes, uwezi jua. After all, I did not do engineering in school. Yeah, so siwezi shika terms zote. Again, hata nikienda field, if I go to the field today and a client is asking me, unajua sasa clients wa leo wako werevu sana. Our Gen Z ni werevu. They know so many things. So you'd be selling a product to a client, you think they don't know that product. They already have knowledge more than what you think, what you may imagine. So one thing that I always say, kuwa too truthful. What you don't know, ambia to client, let me consult the engineer.
Wacha nirudi kidogo.
Wacha ni consult engineer, nimpigie muongea kueleze that bit. Like maybe unaniuliza the talk, hii gari talk yake ni ngapi, na sijui the power, hizo mambo na power transmission, vituka hizo.
Zingine sijaisikia, because I've never bothered to learn about cars.
It's important, it's fun. It's very interesting kujua mambo na magari. Yeah. I don't know kama ni fun tu kwangu because I've been in the motor industry. Yeah. But I find it very very it is something that is interesting to learn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you said you did not face any
I did not I did face a challenge. Not really
because you're a woman.
Not really because of the challenge I faced came out of me being a woman. Yes. Yes.
They were looking at you and they're like,
not really. That is not happened. What happened? Though I did not really want to touch onto that. But we are women. And as a woman who is married, things happen. We also want to grow families. True. We want to grow professionally. True. You want to grow family and all that. So, see, at some point, I wanted a third baby. Yes, I wanted to be done with babies before I'm 30. So, you see, now I decided to get
this one was planned.
Now, this is planned. Oops, babies. So now when I decided, no, I want my third child so that I'm done with babies. Remember, you just also you're new, you still new, because I was less than a year in the ISUZU industry, yes. It also came as a challenge. It affected me because the pregnancy came with a lot of challenges. I don't know why this time it came with challenges. I don't know.
Like health issues?
Yeah, health-wise.
Wow.
So it affected me so much. You see, when you're affected health-wise, you're also affected performance-wise. Yeah, so your performance goes down, and sometimes your bosses may not care. The target stands. They want you to still achieve.
Deliverables zako they have not
remain constant. Hizo ni constant.
Wow.
So yeah, hiyo ni challenge kuwa a woman in the industry. But sisi ni women. Sisi ni watu wa power. Yeah, tuna nini zote. It affected me nika drop out. Hata nili drop out of work for 1 year.
From the ISUZU?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, just to get the baby. And
after the baby came, or when
the baby was almost coming.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also had it very rough during the pregnancy. I was trying to work, it wasn't working. So I had to stay home for 1 year, just look after my baby. I think she's very lucky. I stayed home 1 year looking after her. Eventually, I went back to ISUZU.
How did your boss? Wow.
But now to where I am. Hii si maternity. Hii ni ile sasa umeenda off. Nika umeacha job.
There's a name for it. I heard that there's a name for it. I've just forgotten. There's a name for you're taking a break from your career.
There is.
Yeah, there's a name for it.
So I took one year off.
And
then now after that I went back to ISUZU still.
To the same dealership?
But now to a different dealership where I am to date.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So now you've been working at this dealership for 11 years?
I worked at my the previous the first person who brought me to ISUZU, the first dealer. I worked there for 1 year.
1 year.
Then now I took off a break for 1 year.
Yeah.
Then in 2014,
that's when
I joined Associated Motors.
Wow.
Yes. And that is where I've been to date.
That is so beautiful.
So you see, I was saying, at that point that you're trying to raise family and you're trying to work, it's a challenge.
Kuna moja itasafa kidogo.
Kuna tu moja itasafa. Yes.
So you can have it
and
all.
And utasafa pia wewe as a person. By the way, kurezi watoto si rahisi.
I can imagine because at this time when you're carrying a child, your mental health also has to be okay.
Exactly.
Your bosses are pressuring you. Baby has
you
to
are
be.
Young,
you have to be healthy for baby.
Mature. I don't know if I would say that sijui watu wapate watoto wakisha mature kiasi hivi.
I can yeah. Ndio sasa nasemanga focus on your career.
Yeah, when you feel that career yako sasa kuna vile iko stable kiasi, that is what I would say. I don't know how another person feels, but if I was to go back, I would say I would want to finish up, just settle in my workplace before starting to get babies. But when it happens, pia
embrace it
na ufanye job.
Don't use it as an excuse.
Yeah, so I did that. Nakumbuka kuna siku zenye Kawa West we really suffered before super highway. So remember I'm working in industrial area, you have to be there by 8.
Hizo ni matatu ngapi?
Ujakuwa na do, so hauna gari yako, lazima uconnect. So hata tuko tuna connect na mat.
Train.
Train.
This same train. Unachukua train 6 a.m. Stage ilikuwa saa ngapi?
And you have babies, young babies. I remember a story. There's a time nilienda job kama nimeparara.
Ulisahau kujipaka.
No, una time. Hata hujasahau una time. Unasema utajipaka mbele. Hey, so raising children and you're working and all that si rahisi.
It's not easy. But for as long as you have an end goal.
For a good cause.
Ukona nini? You have plans.
Yeah, for a good cause.
It is for your kids.
Yes.
Hey, that's beautiful.
So eventually here we are. Yes.
10 years later.
10 years later.
That is to show you that si ati huwezi. You can do it. As a lady, please be motivated by Lilian's story.
Tunaweza.
Having a kid at a young age is not it's not the best thing.
It's not the best thing,
but it's not the worst thing.
It's not the worst thing again. After all, you're raising a child.
It's a
you're raising a family.
It's a God-given
yes.
opportunity.
So when you mess up, you have your baby. Embrace it. Yeah, embrace it.
And you wouldn't regret that.
I don't.
It's
regret.
Not a decision that you would be like,
I don't regret
that
it.
So
see, my life is still.
And
it's
not like you've not risen up the ranks.
Yes, I have.
You've been better.
Yes,
okay.
I've been getting better every day.
Every single
I've been getting
day.
better in all ways, professionally, how I look.
Yeah.
Sahi niko na all the time ya kujipaka na kufanya all that. Yes. When I didn't have all that time, I was raising them. But here they are, ni wakubwa saizi, grown up, wanajitegemea, wananisaidia. So I have nothing to really regret about having them at a young age.
So maybe have them at a young age ndio ukiendelea usipate stress ya kukimbizana na watoto.
Maybe something I would say about now that point where I got a baby at a young age. I thank God that our church today tuko na hiyo phonic that part.
Yes.
I think I missed that. If there was that when I cleared high school, singejipata where nilijipata.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a plus. That phonic thing.
So
is a plus.
I know we are going to have Vanessa next year.
Yes, she will join.
We had Kelly this year.
Was it this year?
It was this year.
I think
we had Kelly this year. So Vanessa najua atakuja.
So those programs that you are having for young people are very important. Remember, I just cleared high school and I was born again. Si ndio tulikuwa watu wa CU. Then una transition and
uko college, uko away
una
from
transition
home.
Then things are just happening. Unashindwa salvation ilikupotelea at what point?
Wapi?
Ilipotea wapi?
Haikupotea. Lazima kutembea.
Unajipata tu lakini unaona you know that is why I say if we had you remember we had when we cleared school tulika like 1 year juu niliingia college in 2004. Yes.
2000.
Nimesit.
Where were you in 2004? Jiulize ulikuwa wapi?
Says I'd cleared high school in the year 2002.
What?
2002.
You cleared high school in 2002 ukaingia.
Yeah, so kulikuwa hiyo 1 year. So hiyo 1 year and hakuna hizi engagement programs za church na vitu kaa hiyo.
Na short course.
It's okay, me eventually nimefanya my short courses as on my adult. Own by the way, on my own. On my own sasa ile ndio nakwambia nilikuwa nangangana na everything. You have babies, you want to do this to do this, you want to do this, you want to do everything at the same time. It was not easy. Wow. But that 1 year I wasted. It was a 1 year of 1 year kutaka kufanya everything.
Unajijua ndo umetoka shule, you are free.
1 year kutaka kufanya everything, yes.
Wow.
So by the time unaona sasa by the time unaingia college, already you have a boyfriend. Ama already you have got crushes wawili watatu.
Hata 10.
Really 10.
Hata 10.
Kuna time kuna point hapo umejiachilia.
You're getting into relationships.
Yeah, so I would really encourage these programs for youths. I would really encourage. We have people who are ready to work with these young people after school. By the many people mess after high school. People mess when they join college.
Universities, yeah.
Yeah, that is what I was really telling my son. Uko on your own size, uko na all the freedom, Kelly. You're staying in the hostel. You're not staying in my house. I wouldn't know the things you're doing. But kuna consequences. Yeah. You go do this and that kuna consequences. Nobody told me about those things. Yes. So when I went to college, remember nimekuwa na 1 year waste. Then now umeingia kole unaishi kwa room yako.
Unashindwa what are this?
Unaishi kwa room yako pale South B on your own.
And then you're mixed with so many people.
Na kuna watu wa Kenya, kuna watu wa Kenya Poly, the now Technical University. Their hostels zilikuwa tu kando ya hostels zetu.
I can imagine.
Then with all the freedom.
And now you're exposed to
hakuna mtu anakuangalia nothing.
No one is telling you ingia kwa nyumba by 6.
Yeah, so that hiyo transition period, I think that is where we waste our youths. So we really need people to work with our young people. I thank God for today, and maybe I thank God for our church because of these programs that you are having. Yes.
I think hata mimi naweza sema the same, because Phonic also gave me a footing. Personally, I've gone through the Phonic program, and it really ulikuwa unafunzwa vitu zenye unajua now, because the ones who are mentoring you, they're already part of that world. They're in university, they're working, so they're telling you from a point of view.
Wako na hizo encounters. Yeah, they know what they're telling you.
So wakikwambia Friday kuna best yako atakupigia simu muende sherehe, utapigiwa simu ama utakujiwa. For me who went to Kenyatta University at some point, kuna club ndani ya shule. How do you control yourself from that?
Imagine how do
you even interact with people like that? But
so you find yourself going to the club
lot,
even when you didn't intend to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peer pressure gets to
but
you. Knowing how to handle that and having people who are working with you that journey and are ready.
So if you have someone working with you the journey, then you get to know how to handle those kind of peer pressures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Juta wapigia simu badala mwende club mwende kesha. I mean, even ndo inafaa. Even ndo inafaa. So let's now get into the marketing bit of your job. We've seen the marketing and the advertising industry grow.
Yes.
Greatly.
It is growing.
Since till date, you see how the industry is growing, and it's so amazing. So take us through a campaign for a certain product for the company. So do you organize campaigns?
We do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do. But the campaigns are normally organized by the mother company, ISUZU.
Oh.
So all our marketing campaigns are organized from the head office.
Okay.
Yeah, then streamlined down. Like now, yesterday we had the motor show at Ngong Road. So such kind of involvement, marketing involvement or campaigns are organized from the head office, and then we join in. Yes. But again, even as a person, you have to really have your tools.
Yeah.
Because like you've said, it's an industry that is really growing. When I started out back in 2012, it wasn't as aggressive as today. Na hatukuwa wengi hata field. So kulikuwa busy, kulikuwa opportunities sana. But right now the market is flooded. You see? So lazima ukue extremely aggressive for you to make it. If you're not aggressive, you're not making it. You won't even have a sale. Yeah, so you constantly have to keep up with your clients. You have to know how now. You see now, kama saizi tuko na TikTok. Millennials kama sisi tuko na shida.
Lazima mlearn.
Lazima to learn how to market on TikTok.
Yeah.
Hizo platforms kama hizo. Kitambo hazikuwa. Saizi we have to market on Facebook, Instagram and all those apps. You have to be aggressive. Lazima ufanye just beyond the ordinary.
Be willing to learn.
Exactly, and you be willing to learn. Right now what is happening? People are going to e-commerce. So kama ujui mambo za digital marketing, very soon you'll be phased out. Yeah, so wale wameanza kuzeeka kama sisi inabidi turudi to learn. So you be willing to learn every now and again. Ukue aggressive, ukue always on toes. Yes, always on toes and always talk about your product. Maybe by the way when I introduce myself, I introduce myself as Lilian ISUZU.
Really?
Yes. Kila mtu lazima ajue nafanya nini.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're forced to be walking billboards. A walking billboard. You know when I wear this,
that's your job.
Billboard.
You're
billboard
marketing.
ISUZU. So I'm marketing what I do. Because if you don't do that, utatoa clients.
Wapi?
Hautapata
A closed
clients.
mouth does not feed.
So you have to keep talking and letting people what you do. Then you have to also learn how the market is evolving. And on a trend. Yes. Watu wakiwa na move if this is how people are doing now their marketing, and on your trend.
So social media has really helped
us. Yes. Imebidi tujiskume hapo. And it is good. It is giving us you find yourself getting a client from social media who will eventually refer you to another. Exactly. That is how it works.
Wow.
So saizi, I think social media is the way to go. Yeah, digital marketing.
Yes, so you're also still learning.
So I'm also learning.
Lazima tukikuona kwa TikTok kidogo tusishtuke.
Hata siko aggressive sana huko, but I am trying because nimeona it's the way out. If you don't go that way,
most brands are going towards TikTok.
And now who is the new buyer today? Nani ndo the new person who is buying today? Ni nyinyi young people. Where do I get you?
By the way, maybe
I was told that right now I can't even get at a serious I can't get you people on Facebook.
I don't know how to use Facebook.
My son doesn't even have an account.
I don't know how to navigate.
So if you have got people who can buy vehicles as young as 19 and but then there are people who are 20 already wako na magari, trucks.
Za nini?
Hey, we have business people who are as young as 20 years.
Wow.
Mtu wako in the transport industry.
Unashtukanga ukipata msee, your client is
you look
21,
at someone, you look at your client's ID and you're wondering, my God, this person is so young.
This one is my son's age.
And he's already buying a truck. So where do you get those young clients? So you need to find them where they belong. That is why I'm saying you need to keep evolving. You also need to just keeping on trend.
Because the target audience is also changing.
Enda na ile movie na move sa hiyo. That is how you'll get your clients.
Okay.
But if you just sit and say, okay, stick na ile old mind, you're not going to grow.
Nitauza tu.
Utauza aje? You cannot just uza tu. Yes.
You have to continue.
You have to keep learning new things, new trends.
Okay.
Yes.
So organizing, do you participate in organizing such events like you said the one what have you called it? The motto?
The Conquer Elegance that was yesterday. They are organized from the head office, yeah, but we get to participate in them. Yeah, we get to attend, and because those forums again, we get clients from those kind of forums. So every now and again we have to keep marketing. Yes.
Okay, so now take us through a day in your life. As
a day in my life, like today, Monday.
Yes.
So
a normal day when you're not filming a podcast at Beyond the Pulpit.
So a day of a salesperson will most of the times be determined by how you closed your yesterday. How you closed your yesterday should start your new day, because you start by those appointments that you got. If you have appointments, when you sleep having diarized.
Yeah.
You know who you want to visit. If you had an appointment, then you go by the time that you had booked those appointments. If you don't have appointments, then now you have to, you just have to know how to go about your day, like prospecting. If you're going to do of course, even before going out to prospect, I don't know if I'm the one who does this, because we are now going digital. Maybe before I go out, I make sure I have posted on all forums.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I first do my postings, then if I have to have a physical meeting, then I go for those physical appointments. Or if I have a client that I have to meet in the office. So it depends on how you closed your day. If it's a meeting in the office, if it's a meeting at a client's premise, that is how you go about your day. Yes, so there's no day that I just sit in the house and idle. Yes.
How?
My day is always booked.
Very booked.
Yes, my day is always booked. So if you call me and I had booked an appointment at 9, we reschedule your meeting. So that is how we work.
Okay.
Yes.
So your day is mostly meetings.
But I also thank God that over the period, when you have done this job for quite some time, you get a lot of referrals. So even my meetings are out of referrals.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't have
so
to.
I really don't have to.
Struggle sana kutafuta clients.
Yeah, saisi struggle.
Yeah.
Like when I began this work, because already now I have a footing. Niko na ma referrals. Yes, I work on those, but si kukaa tu kungoja referrals.
It does not work like
yes,
that.
It doesn't work like that.
That shows that you have to be a very diligent person in your work.
You
Because
have
if you get a lot of referrals, that means
integrity.
you have a good relationship
lazima
with your
uko na very
clients.
good relationship with your clients. You will only have a good relationship with your clients if you're a person who can be trusted. Yes.
Be an honest
Ukikuja
man.
in this industry with shortcuts. You want to get rich quick. You will not make it. You want to lie to clients. You know, sometimes as salespeople, mtu anataka tu close deal. So he or she will give false information to a client, anamdanganya. You know, hata kumdanganya in terms of pricing and all that. Then eventually, like maybe I say the price of this is if the actual price is 50, then I come lying to you that the price is 20. Nikuweke box. Then once nimekuweka box and you've paid me some deposit, then I start putting some cost here and there to cover up. You know, that is lying to a client.
That is lying.
Zero integrity. So eventually when the client gets to know about that, where will you get referrals? So I'd say if you're in this industry, the first most important thing is you have to be a person of integrity. Be a person who can be trusted. Trusted by both, even, be a person who can be trusted to an extent the client can give you his checkbook. Umwandikie, then he assign to.
Wow.
Yes. Or you have a client who probably did not go to school, akotuna pesa nakwambia. Chukua pesa ende weke kwa account yenu. Umefika hiyo level? Unaweza fika hiyo level. Can you be trusted that much? Can you? So hii job ina require kukua a person who can really be relied on for you to get referrals.
They say lugha ya sales, lugha ya watu wa sales na kwanga lugha tamu.
Lugha tamu ya kuweka watu box.
Sikuwa ninataka gari, but sasa ushani convince.
Yeah, lazima kuwa na lugha tamu.
Ushani convince.
But hiyo lugha tamu isikuwe ya kutapeli, ya kukon customer. But lazima ukuwe na lugha tamu. Lazima ni kuconvince. Nikwambie why you need to buy ISUZU D-Max. Yes. Lazima nikwambie hii gari unaweza afford. So lazima ni kuconvince, lazima nikuweke box. Lazima ukuwe na lugha.
Mimi
Bila lugha, and if you're a person mwenye, there's something also about sales. Unajua sometimes sisi watu wa sales, unasikianga client is always right. Hata akikugombanisha, hata akifanya nini.
I wanted to ask you that,
Client is always right.
Some clients,
my friend, you will not always get good clients. You will get fussy clients. You will get some very good clients, but again you will get some clients who are very difficult. Very stubborn. How do you handle them? You need all of them.
How do you handle them?
Yes. That is a question you need to ask yourself. You need all these people. So lazima unyenyeke.
Be patient.
Usikue mtu wa kurusha mkono.
I think patience is a virtue.
Yeah. You have to be very patient with a client.
And extend grace.
And by those difficult clients, the minute you get to understand them, they will be the best.
Really?
Yes. The most difficult client eventually becomes the best if you handle them right from the beginning. If you handle that client wrong, they are done with you. They
won't even buy.
Zero sales, zero referral.
Patience is a virtue.
So I think those difficult clients to me are the best.
Wow. So how have you handled?
Difficult clients in the past.
Unapanda
baba hiyo ego yake. Massage hiyo ego yake. Yes. Uko na deal na client ako na ego. Unataka kumuonesha pia uko na ego.
Papasa.
Massage that ego. Huyo client akiingia box yako ni hivyo. They'll never leave you. They'll never leave you and they'll keep referring you.
I think that's something I need to learn.
So you need to make many good contacts because it's out of these contacts
that's your job.
We get a bread on our table.
True.
Yes.
That's amazing. Mzee mzima ameingia kwenye studio.
Ni air traffic.
Tulianza ikikuwa ladies show. Sasa this other gender has decided to join us. What this other gender? Yes, I said what I said.
Anyways, good afternoon ladies.
Hi Larry, how are you?
Niko salama.
It's been a minute. Umechelewa wapi?
Nimechelewa John kwa naulizwa like 3 hours ago. Uko na huko kwenu ni saa ngapi?
Wewe kwenda. Unapenda kujichocha sana boss. Before you arrived, we were having a very interesting conversation with Lilian.
Yes.
And I know you know what we were talking about. Jo, always iko na
ISUZU.
Of course. Hadi yani nakushow mimi nimekuwa hapa kutoka morning na sijava na kofia. Ninaona kofia yangu imevaliwa na mtu backstage. Bila shame lakini yeye amefika ashava kofia zake. Ameshavaa kofia yake. But anyway, karibu sana
leo
on set.
Niko na meeting nyingine unaenda na kofia kwa hiyo meeting.
Tisha watu. Lazima wewe ndio umetuonyesha.
Nishindo nikiuliza ulitoa wapi?
Ume-build rapport na our guest?
Yes, jirani.
Uko tu sawa jirani. Unamjua?
Nimemwangalia nashindwa.
You look familiar.
Lakini sasa historia nyumba 10 it never says hi.
Umemulikwa leo.
Watu wake nimewasalimia pia wamemrepresent. Lazima
zile salamu hazifikangi. Salimia mam.
Nitaenda kudai hizo salamu. Nitaenda kuambia salamu zangu na zitaka zote.
Guy, karibu sana Larry.
Asante sana.
Aya, sasa tunaweza endelea na conversation. Ama unataka kujulia wase hali wako home?
Mkwaje tuambie kwa comments ni hata najua
hebu muulizeni alikuwa wapi. Lazima tuambie ukweli, muulizeni alikuwa wapi the first few minutes of this episode.
Nimemwambia ni air traffic. Nilikuwa air traffic kidogo.
Najua mtu anaweza kusikiza, anaweza fikiria wewe ni Mjaluo.
Tangu jogona.
You are Njogona, be proud.
Na vile sura ina mselof pia. If you ask me, I would say he's a Luo or Luya. But anyway, we are Kenyans.
Really?
Yes.
Unakamluo? For real?
Mbona mfuko ama M-Pesa?
Ni M-Pesa.
Ni M-Pesa. Nashindwa mmejua aje.
You're a Luo by it's a lifestyle. It's not a tribe, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Aya, anyway. So, itabidi tu umesink in na sisi. Tuendelee tu. Tuendelee. Aya, so Lilian, while we were talking backstage, you mentioned something to do with your political. They don't know. Maybe your kids know. Wengine hawajui.
Kabla tu tujaenda hapo.
Okay.
Akiacha tutumalizana na historia.
ISUZU kwanza.
Na kwa mbele amekuja anataka tu kuuliza maswali za magari tu, but it's fine. We are here to learn.
Aulize.
Niko na gari mahali nataka kuingiza kwa lofa.
Unajua amesema anapata clients hadi wa miaka 19,
yes,
20, 21
years.
So
wako na matatu, wako na
unataka kumwona backstage kidogo.
Ni foreshadowing.
Unaweza kunataka kumwona backstage, unataka kununua ka double cabin hivi.
So by the everything is doable, you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mimi nilikuwa nauliza hizi matatu hizi nganya.
Yes.
Do these guys like wana buy chassis pekee ama how
wamebuy nini?
Najua umeruka na hiyo. Chassis.
Tuteka subtitle. Hapo ndio chassis.
What?
Now, by the way, now talking about that, maybe you can tell what a chassis is. A chassis is that frame.
Skeleton.
Yeah. The frame. Not really the skeleton, but the frame. The frame and the engine. Yeah.
Okay.
So most of these buses that you see, they come as a chassis, just with the engine.
So that's how you
then
sell
we
them.
start. Okay, for buses, they come as you've said. Then now we build from that.
ISUZU ama Oseka.
We have bodybuilders. Tuko na bodybuilders. GM sasa ndio ISUZU. It used to be GM. It used to be GM. Then now it's ISUZU. Then okay, maybe let me first break it. Hakuna General Motors. It used to be General Motors. Ukisikia General Motors, it was a general motor company.
Okay.
So General Motors was alikuwa like a dealer, ana deal na ISUZU, and maybe was allowed also to sell other products. Like tulikuwa na Chevrolet, si ndio? Then now it is now ISUZU.
Only for
because
only
now
selling
ISUZU sells
products.
ISUZU only, ISUZU
Okay.
products. We don't mix up. Yes.
Okay.
So that is why we did away with that name of General Motors. So now it's ISUZU.
And I think angalau unaweza jua nimesikia jina General Motors mahali.
Yeah, hiyo stage kuna stage
Chassis.
pale inaitwa General Motors.
Actually there's a stage.
Yeah, it is because of that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
the name has stuck in people's lips, but so nilikuwa nikupe breakdown. Juu nimesikia ukiniuliza kama bodies zinajengwa na KCI. So ISUZU as a company has 6 dealers.
Okay.
Yes, so there is that KCI. He missed the introduction bit of it. KCI was my first employer when I joined ISUZU industry.
Okay.
So there is KCI. KCI is Kenya Coach Industries. Then there is where I work, AM, Associated Motors. Then there is TMD. TMD is Sticker Motor Dealers. There is Rice East Africa. Is it Jina? I think meziona. There is a CFG. Are you guys familiar with the name?
Mimi nimeona
Mabasi.
KCI nimeionaona sana. Hizi zingine kidogo.
CFG, Central Farmers Garage. Then we have another dealer called ACMG. Yes. So 6 dealers. So the reason you'd be seeing maybe most buses written KCI is that KCI is a dealer, anauza na anajenga, akona body shop. So where buses are built is called a body shop. So KCI, out of all the dealers, KCI is a body shop. CFG, they have got their own body shop. So them, they will buy the chassis from ISUZU, build and sell complete. As AM, Associated Motors, we don't have a body shop. So when I sell a client a bus, we have those subcontracted bodybuilders that we work with. Yes, so if I sell you a chassis, if you want a bus today, I'll still give you complete. Because I'll take the chassis to a bodybuilder, we'll build the bus for you.
How bodybuilders wanafunga ngoma?
Yeah, they do everything. A bodybuilder will do everything from the body, the structure, the seats, graphics, everything.
Oh, kufunga ngoma ni kupimp gari.
Kupimp gari, kuweka hizo si kuweka music system, kuweka TVs. Yes, so bodybuilders are all equipped. Wanakuaga all round. They'll do everything. No way, you cannot know everything.
Hata mimi nauliza.
Mtu anajua tu industry yake.
Wow, enyewe haki.
Yeah, mtu atajua tu what you're interested in, what you're doing. That is what you tend to know more. So no one is illiterate, we are all here to learn.
Okay.
I have a friend. Mwenye alienda Namibia. Kai ataochi. Alienda Namibia.
Watch choma.
Siwezi mtaja. Alienda Namibia kununua gari.
Which gari?
D-Max.
Single cab.
Double. Akasema ni cheaper hivyo. Alafu sasa hiyo mambo ya KRA.
I don't know if he bought a 0 mileage or not, because in Kenya we assemble these vehicles here at ISUZU. So if you're buying with us locally hapa Kenya utakuwa unanunua a 0 mileage vehicle. Maybe akaenda kununua huko nje amenunua gari used. Hata ukiwa hapa bado unaweza import hizo ma ISUZU from outside, but haitakuwa inakuja kama 0 mileage, itakuwa ishachapa mileage. So the beauty about buying locally is that you buy a brand new product. You buy a vehicle whereby you are the first user. Yes, and you buy a vehicle that comes with warranty.
Okay.
So ukinunua huko sijui amenunua Namibia, sijui amenunua wapi, hiyo gari haina hata warranty.
Magari za kujanga na warranty?
Yes. We give a warranty. Tunapeana warranty ya up to 2 years.
Warranty na insurance zinapelekana mawazi.
Those are two different things. A warranty will take care of kama kutakuwa na a damage in the vehicle, like in the engine. Vitu kaa hizo. Some very technical stuff in the vehicle. Then your warranty. So your warranty, if you're still under warranty and gari yako develop maybe a technical issue in the engine, your warranty will cover you. But before to compensate tujue lazima tufanye investigation.
Of course.
Yeah.
You just
probably ni wewe ulifanya tu something and then you want to be compensated. Yeah. So we really have to investigate and know if you're worth of getting that vehicle repaired under warranty. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So insurance also is on its own. Insurance now covers the whole vehicle. Yeah, whether you are under warranty or not, that is why watu kata insurance yearly, annually. Yes.
Venye mongelelea warranty nimekumbuka kuna na mali nilikuwa site alafu huyo mdosi alikuwa amenunua lori. think NQR hizo zenye tire za mbele mbili ndo zinasonga. Ni NQR. I mean
inaweza kuwa NQR, inaweza kuwa Ferrari, inaweza kuwa NMR.
Sasa ameleta gari kwa site yani ya kubeba mchanga alafu ikabadilishwa
hizo za tipa
hapo katipa.
Because naona NQR ikiwa a smaller truck for kubeba mchanga but
sijui hata but wakageuza swap engines na gari mzee yenye ilikuwa ngapo before. Sasa jua mdosi ajui mambo. Tunaona gari mzee ni KA lakini penye inapanda mlima kumbe imeswapiwa engine na the new one inaletwa hapo.
Then what did they do to the new one?
Sijui hata by the way. Iko story yangu mimi tu nilikuwa nasikia juu. Niko hapo.
Now
I couldn't help.
You couldn't help.
I was there.
They found you there.
Kitu kama hiyo warranty ama mtaenda
we will know. Hizi gari kuna what we call the chassis number. Kuna chassis number, kuna engine number. So if you swap an engine from this vehicle uweke kwa hii, those details will be completely different and we will know. When we do investigations, the engineers will tell. Yes, they will tell this engine does not belong to this vehicle. The chassis number inakuanga like a long number, iko na the family name of that vehicle, iko na the exact number, the year of production and all those things.
Unaweza toa chassis number kwa seat belt.
Chassis number utaipata written somewhere on the chassis, kwa seat belt itakuwa, kwa engine, kuna details mingi. So wakiangalia hiyo gari the year of manufacture, itakuwa very different from what is on the chassis. So it will hawatajulikana tu. That is why gari inakuja na hiyo what we call a VIN number.
Na madaktari
that gives the details.
Wa mileage
wakucheza na mileage. That is there. Kuna watu ucheza na hizo mileage na unafikiri umenunua gari iko na low mileage na ni gari imechapa. Yes, but kuna ile mileage mtu anaweza reduce sana na utajua tu kama gari iko 5 years old na inasoma mileage ya 20,000 kilometers, you know that this thing has been tampered with. Yes, so you'll always know. Lazima ukwe tu rada.
Na hii mko na luxury cars?
Yes, we do. We have a vehicle that we call the ISUZU MUX. It's an SUV, that is sports utility vehicle.
Looks so nice.
It looks so nice. A 7-seater. Comes in a 1.9 liter and a 3 liter engine.
Market mmekuja compete na nani ama hiyo umeitengeneza mkijua tunamaliza? We
are very good. That vehicle hata sitasema iko na competitor. Maybe akina, I don't want to mention other brands, but of course I do not want to mention other brands. Taki kuchoma.
Yes, it looks
status so nice. Inakaa vizuri.
So it's a high-end vehicle. It's a very nice vehicle with very, very good security features. I would have mentioned the people that are trying to compete us, not us competing them, yes, but they can't match. They can't match the features that come with this vehicle. Plus the comfort. Gari yenyewe is a 7-seater but with very good legroom. Yes. So ile gari utakaa hata headroom. Actually good. Now this Larry, you know about vehicles. Lazima uangalie legroom, uangalie headroom. Mtu mrefu atatoshea kwa hiyo gari. Both hapa na kwa kichwa. The comfort of the vehicle, the material of the seats, yes. So many things.
Alafu ni imetengenezwa isuit local barabara zetu.
All ISUZU vehicles are made to suit our local market. Yes.
Hizo ndo zilikuwa
as you could hear, Tracy was very quiet.
And maybe because I told you that now even young people are buying these vehicles. You may ask me, how are they getting? Like, I know you'd be interested in getting a Super Metro when weke kwa sako. It's so easy. You only need to work on your statements because either you buy cash or you buy through hire purchase. So most of us may not be able to buy cash. Easy gari ziko na bei.
Kuna difference hire purchase na taking on a loan?
Taking on a loan is taking on a loan ama bank financing is the hire purchase. So if you're not paying cash, you buy through asset financing. That is the hire purchase. So if you're buying through a purchase, you only need to have some little deposit. Then you're given a wider period to repay your loan. Okay, for matatus, the maximum you'll be given is 4 years. But for the rest of the vehicles, okay, like for school buses, you'll be given a whole
72 months. That is 6 years. Yeah, even for trucks, the cargo trucks and all those, you'll be given 6 years. But for matatu,
wanaongezanga basi karibia kila mwaka.
yeah, so wanapewa nini?
Kama tu unijua, wanaongezanga basi
wanapewa longer repayment period.
Okay.
Then another beauty about school buses, they're financed up to 100%. Like you need 0 deposit and you have a school bus. Yes, 0 deposit.
Unaambia tunataka bus.
Schools ni almost kama sure deal when it comes to repayment because you know, schools they get their money on a timely basis. So when the banks loan them, they are sure every other term they'll be paid. Unlike matatu, the reason matatu will be financed for 3-4 years is you know, lifespan ya matatu. Ini gari kwa barabara 24 hours. Yes. Kila siku. So the lifespan may look shorter. So that is why for financing of matatus is maximum 4 years. And you also need to raise, okay, now there are banks that are allowing you to raise 10%, then they finance you 90%. But other banks, or most banks, you will have to raise a whole 30% for a matatu.
Nimeisikia hiyo, but ilikuwa karoma, but at least now I'm sure.
Yeah, it's true.
Hiyo ya bank, hiyo ya that it's so easy for banks ama dealers kupeana gari kwa shule.
Yeah, kwa shule ni rahisi. Kwa shule by then ni like wanapewa free. Not really free because eventually you have to pay, but wanapewa bila deposit. It's 100%. Again, it is not just kupewa. Your statements must your statements will tell because what is analyzed is your bank statement. So your bank statement will talk for you. If you're just like a startup school and maybe hujatengeneza statements, you may not really qualify for the 100, but you can qualify for 80 because waki analyze. For example, if your repayment per term ni 300,000. Na shule yako inaingiza tu 300,000 per term, then you don't qualify. Because otherwise it will mean ukilipa hii gari, you can't pay teachers.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to do a termly repayment ya 300, your school lazima inafaa kwa inaingiza like 3-4 times that amount. Yeah, so that you're able to pay bills, you're able to pay teachers, you're able to feed the pupils. Yeah, so that is how they tend to analyze the statements. Hata individually, ukinunua mat leo, repayment ya mat itakuja kitu kama 150 per month. Your income, how do they analyze your statement? Your income, kama wewe unaingiza tu hiyo 150, ukishakatwa hiyo 150 imelipa loan, how will you pay your rent, how will you survive, how will you eat? So your statement should read at least 3 times what you want to repay to the bank. Such that bank wakikata yao. You know, people always think, watu wanasemanga, niko sure hii gari nitaipeleka kwa sako fulani na itakuwa inaleta this. Like, wewe mwenyewe, maybe you're very sure, maybe you're taking that truck to a company, na mme-sign agreement, watakuwa nakulipa 200 every month. And you, as Tracy, you're very sure, you'll be getting 200. And now, how do you want to convince the bank that you are very, very sure? How do you want to convince them? The only thing that will convince them to finance you is your bank statement. So you need to work on your bank statement for like 6 months. Ndio wakianalyze wanaona you are worth to be given that particular unit. Yes.
Okay.
But these things are doable. For other trucks, financing is up to 95%. For trucks, matatu you need to raise about 10 or 20%. Trucks, cargo trucks, 95% financing. So you only need 5% deposit and you're good to go. Yeah.
Bado kuna UD?
Now, UD is a new product of ISUZU. ISUZU has bought up UD. And they just launched the other day. I will not really talk about UD because it's not my line.
Okay.
There's a group that is handling UD. But yes, UD has been bought by ISUZU. So right now UD is our product. UD trucks are our product.
Okay, nice. Sasa mheshimiwa.
At least unajua mambo ya UD.
Nikamwambia tu mimi nimenyamaza tu nisikize. Larius completely. That's nice. Nimelan.
Karibu ISUZU now that you even know about UD trucks.
That is wow.
Mheshimiwa.
Tunaweza proceed sasa.
My friend, that title is very expensive. Hiyo ya kuitwa mheshimiwa. Imeni cost. Imeni cost. I'm telling you, people.
What motivated you to get into politics?
Okay. When did what motivated me to get into politics? I have always wanted to just see the good in our community. I have wanted to see children go to school from whatever family, if you're coming from a poor family or whichever kind of family. I've always wanted to see a community that is performing well. A community that has got health systems working and all that. So I've been very passionate about just seeing our community grow. So back where I am born, I have participated in quite a number of giving back to the community and education. Kuona tu kama kuna msichana may drop out of school, how do we help this girl get back to school? If there is a child who is sick somewhere and maybe coming from a family yenye iko chini, how do we help this kind of child? I have really participated back at home in such kind of projects. So that is one thing that I would say pushed me. I wanted to see, a better community. I wanted to see something good happening in our community. So I said, why not? If getting into an elective post would give me the power to be able to do these things, why not give it a try?
So and which post did you vie for?
I tried the lowest, not really the lowest, but what touches, what touches the community. Yes, member of county assembly. So I tried that, and
elections is when?
The last election, 2022.
Okay.
I really didn't have. What I had was the will. Yeah, the will to do it, the will to be what I wanted. I really did not have the resources or anything. I just had that will to try it out. Plus, sikuwa na fear. By the way I come from, the Luo community, I'm sorry to say, kuna vile wanakuaga, if you're a woman, and if you're a woman who is already married, like I am, the community tends to push you out. Like, hey, wewe, you don't belong here. Wow. Yeah, once you're married, it's only Millie the bad girl.
Bad girl.
You're bad girl. Amekuwa MP repeatedly where she's born. By the way, where she's born. The Luo community tend to push you out. Wanakwambia wewe enda fanya kazi kwenye maolewa. But yes, wanasema sasa wewe you don't belong here. Yes, you don't belong here. I don't even think I don't know. I don't even think kuna many Luo parents who are giving their children their inheritance, that is girl child, shamba yao kwao. Ni few, yes. Ni few, but wameanza kuamka, unlike vile nimeona kwa other communities. Considering I told you I'm married in the Kamba community. So I have seen Kamba ladies wame build tu kwao and it's not a big deal. Kwetu it's still a big deal. Yeah, si rahisi uone msichana amejenga kwao kwa shamba babake. But in Eastern, I think it's something that they have embraced.
Yeah.
So because I was very familiar with where I am born, and that is where I was most of the times doing my, this giving back to the community. So that is why I decided to give it a try from where I come from.
That's why you wanted to go back.
Yes, so that is why I wanted to go back and get to see if I could be elected. So sikuwa na fear, considering nilikuwa najua hizo zote zitakuwa hizo mabacklash za wewe si umeolewa, and of course I was told those things.
and you still did it.
I tried na nilisukumwa sana. Niliambiwa wewe you don't belong here, endo usimame uko kwenu, unaulizwa kwani uko kwenye umeolewa kuna hiyo seat.
What?
It was not an easy one, but the politics is not easy.
Did you vote with a political
of
party?
Of course, the wave then was ODM. And in Nyanza, if you come up with anything contrary, I vied in Kochia ward. Kochia ward is in Rangwe. Watu wa Kochia. Kochia is in Rangwe constituency. Actually, Rangwe, the member of parliament there is also a lady. She's called Dr. Lilian, like myself.
Hey.
Dr. Lilian Gogo.
Ipo siku.
Oh, and the governor is also a woman.
Hey.
Mheshimiwa Honorable Gladys Wanga. Atieno Nyasuna Wanga.
Hey.
So you see,
Ipo
from
siku.
the governor being a woman, the
MP of your
the
area.
MP, my area MP, women rep. So that gave me the motivation. Nikasema, wamama wanaweza. Mama anaweza. And actually when I did, unajua lazima uende ujilaunch
kwa ground lazima wakujue.
there was that song by Christina Shusho that I used here, Mama Wanaweza. I don't even remember the beats, but kuna kasong ya Mama Wanaweza.
Okay.
And that was the song that we played when we were going around launching.
How was the experience? Are you planning?
It was very difficult. It was very difficult considering I didn't have the resources. Campaign itself is expensive. Money is a requirement. Yeah, because you have to have a good.
Lazima uko na float.
Yeah, exactly. Lazima uko tu na float kidogo ya
kuzunguka, flyers, paying people to.
Plus something that is making campaigns very expensive and very very difficult for someone who has not had money. Ni mambo ya watu kutaka kupewa ongo.
200.
Yes. If you don't give them, they will not even come to your.
And our system needs to change because of that.
People need to change. People need to look. I think that is why we have bad leaders. Because people are looking at what they are given.
That one has landed down.
Unapewa 200, muna vote bad leaders. Yes, so I was saying, one thing that has made us continually to vote in bad leaders is because we look at what we are getting at that particular time when they are campaigning.
You don't see the future.
So watu wanaangalia tu hiyo 200 wanapewa 500. They do not want to look at a leader huyu mtu, what are principles zake ni nini, what kind of a person is this person that is trying to come in. We look at what we are given at that particular time.
Yes. Tulinunuliwa
chapo. Watu wengi wananunuliwa. Mtu wetu na watu wengi wananunuliwa. So ukienda ku campaign especially huku kwetu Nyanza na una pesa
ngumu.
Ni ngumu. I think generally hata huku watu waliongwa, si ndio? But that is why we keep voting in bad leaders. So it is time we change. So if you ask me if I would want to vie again,
2027?
I really don't know. I tried, yes. Yeah, I tried, but considering the outcome I got, okay, I'm not saying that I gave up, but I would still want to help. I would still want to be of help to my community. But not really through getting into politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
there are so many avenues. Politics is dirty. That is the truth. Yes. You will, I think, you'll even be forced to get corrupt. Yes. So I do not want to go that line. I called myself to a meeting and I know with or without getting into politics, I can still come up with ways of helping my community. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But I gave it a try. So this is an encouragement to young people. You can do it. You can try. Go out and try what you want to do. Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Nimeona unajituma.
Yeah, ni kujituma. Lazima ujitume.
Hapo nikikusikiza the part you said she's a go-getter.
She's a go-getter.
Against all odds zona.
Mimi nimejituma, by the way. Nimejituma sana. And I just want to encourage you young people to lazima ukue aggressive to get what you want in life. I did not come from a rich family. I came from a very humble, wacha nitumie hiyo language. I came from a very humble language. Nimejigrow to where I am and I'm still seeing myself growing to better heights.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. We've enjoyed learning about you, Lilian, and getting to know you.
Thank you.
I know me nimekuwa motivated sana, especially najua ninaenda kuongelea hapo nyuma ya tent kidogo, najua atanisaidia mahali. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you so much to our viewers for being here. I hope you subscribe, listen, and follow us. Please follow us on our social media platforms and comment on anything that you want to say about our episodes, anything we need to improve on, because we're all learning together.
Yes.
Until the next episode, I hope you'll stay safe, be safe, and share our podcast. Bye.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on board.
Karibu.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.